War. The very word evokes images of destruction, suffering, and loss. It's a stark reminder of humanity's capacity for violence, a scar on the tapestry of history. We've all seen the photographs, heard the stories, and felt the ripple effects of conflict. But what if, amidst the rubble and despair, there existed a glimmer of something else? Could there be, dare we ask, such a thing as a benefit to war? The question itself feels almost blasphemous. How can we, in good conscience, even contemplate the notion that something as inherently destructive as war could yield anything positive? Yet throughout history, whispers of this unsettling possibility have surfaced. From the ashes of conflict, advancements have emerged. Technological leaps, societal shifts, and even economic booms have followed in war's wake. It's a difficult truth to swallow, a bitter pill to accept. To acknowledge any potential benefits feels like diminishing the immense suffering endured. But perhaps in confronting this uncomfortable paradox, we can begin to understand the complex and often contradictory nature of war's legacy. The roar of factories, the hum of industry, the clinking of coins, these are the sounds of a wartime economy. When a nation mobilizes for war, its industries shift into overdrive. Factories retool to produce weapons and supplies. Men and women join the workforce in droves, filling the ranks of factories and shipyards. Unemployment plummets and money flows like water. World War II stands as a stark example of this phenomenon. The United States, emerging from the depths of the Great Depression, experienced an unprecedented economic surge. Factories churned out tanks, planes, and ammunition. Shipyards worked around the clock to build the ships that would carry soldiers and supplies across the globe. But this economic boom, like all booms, was destined to fade. The industries it fueled were unsustainable in peacetime. The jobs created were often tied to the production of weapons, a reality that became painfully clear once the fighting ceased. And the debt incurred to finance the war cast a long shadow on the years that followed. The economic impact of war, then, is a double-edged sword. It can provide a short-term jolt to a struggling economy, but at what cost? The long-term consequences, from inflation to debt to the displacement of other essential industries, can linger for generations. From the depths of human conflict, amidst the chaos and destruction, have sprung some of our greatest technological marvels. It's a jarring juxtaposition. The tools of war repurposed for the betterment of humankind. War, it seems, has an uncanny knack for accelerating innovation, pushing the boundaries of what's possible. Consider the humble computer. Its origins can be traced back to World War II, where it played a crucial role in breaking enemy codes and developing the atomic bomb. What began as a tool for war quickly evolved into an indispensable part of modern life, revolutionizing everything from communication to medicine. The internet, too, owes its existence to the Cold War. Developed by the US military as a decentralized communication system, it has since transformed the way we live, work, and interact with the world. These technological leaps, born from the crucible of conflict, are undeniable. But they come at a steep price. The ethical implications of military-driven technological development are profound. Every advancement can be used for good or ill, and the line between the two is often blurry. War, in its brutal and unforgiving way, has a peculiar habit of upending societal norms. It forces us to confront our preconceived notions, to reevaluate our values, and to question the very fabric of our societies. In the crucible of conflict, change is inevitable. Consider the role of women. Throughout history, women have been relegated to the sidelines, their contributions to society often overlooked or undervalued. Yet, in times of war, when men were sent off to fight, women stepped up. They filled factories, drove buses, and kept the home fires burning. World War II, in particular, witnessed a dramatic shift in the role of women in the workplace. With men away fighting, women took on jobs traditionally reserved for men, proving their mettle and challenging long-held gender stereotypes. This wartime experience paved the way for the women's rights movement of the 1960s and beyond. War, it seems, has a way of exposing the artificiality of our social constructs. It forces us to confront our prejudices and to recognize the untapped potential that lies dormant within our societies. It seems counterintuitive, even paradoxical, to suggest that war, the ultimate act of violence, could somehow contribute to a more peaceful world. Yet, some historians and social scientists argue that this is precisely what has happened. Their argument hinges on the idea that war, throughout history, has favored larger, more organized societies. These larger entities, with their centralized governments and sophisticated bureaucracies, were better equipped to wage war effectively. As they expanded their territories and consolidated their power, they brought stability and order to the regions they conquered. The Roman Empire, for example, with its vast infrastructure, standardized legal system, and relatively peaceful Pax Romana, emerged from centuries of warfare. Similarly, the modern nation-state system, for all its flaws, has ushered in an era of unprecedented peace between great powers. But to argue that war is a necessary evil, a brutal but effective engine of progress, is a dangerous and simplistic view. While it's true that larger, more organized societies have often emerged from conflict, this outcome is by no means guaranteed. Moreover, it ignores the countless instances where war has led to nothing but destruction, chaos, and the collapse of civilizations. Even if we acknowledge that certain benefits have arisen from the ashes of war, we must confront the moral implications of such a statement. Can we, in good conscience, justify the immense suffering, the loss of innocent lives, the destruction of cultures and livelihoods, by pointing to technological advancements or societal shifts? The atomic bomb, developed in the crucible of World War II, serves as a chilling reminder of the double-edged nature of war-driven progress. While it brought an end to the war in the Pacific, it also unleashed a weapon of unimaginable destructive power, forever casting a shadow over humanity's future. Every technological advancement, every societal shift, every economic benefit that can be attributed to war must be weighed against the immeasurable cost in human life and suffering. To celebrate the fruits of war without acknowledging the bitter seeds from which they grew is to engage in a dangerous and morally bankrupt form of historical revisionism. If war is a catalyst for progress, albeit a brutal and unpredictable one, then we must ask ourselves a crucial question. Can we find other, less destructive ways to achieve the same ends? Can we foster innovation, promote social justice, and build a better world without resorting to violence? The answer, unequivocally, is yes. Throughout history, countless individuals and organizations have dedicated themselves to finding peaceful solutions to conflict, to promoting understanding and cooperation between nations, and to building a world where war is no longer an option. The United Nations, for all its imperfections, stands as a testament to humanity's desire for a more peaceful world. International diplomacy, economic sanctions, and non-violent resistance movements have all proven effective in resolving conflicts and promoting positive change. Investing in education, healthcare, and sustainable development can address the root causes of conflict and create a more just and equitable world. The true cost of war can never be measured in dollars, weapons, or territorial gains. It is measured in the lives lost, the families torn apart, the potential unrealized. It is etched in the faces of refugees fleeing their homes, in the eyes of children who have witnessed unspeakable horrors, in the hearts of those forever scarred by the trauma of conflict. For every technological marvel, for every societal shift, for every economic boom that we can attribute to war, there are countless stories of loss, suffering, and despair. These stories, often untold and unheard, serve as a stark reminder of the human cost of conflict. We must never forget the sacrifices made, the lives cut short, the futures forever altered by war. To do so is to diminish the humanity of those who suffered and to risk repeating the mistakes of the past. As we grapple with the unsettling notion that war, for all its horrors, may have yielded some positive outcomes, we are left with a profound question. Can we, as a species, evolve beyond our seemingly innate capacity for violence? Can we learn the lessons of history without repeating its darkest chapters? The answer, while uncertain, lies in our collective hands. If we can harness our ingenuity, our empathy, and our shared humanity, then perhaps, just perhaps, we can create a world where war is relegated to the history books, a relic of a bygone era. The path forward is clear. We must invest in diplomacy, conflict resolution, and peace-building efforts. We must address the root causes of conflict, from poverty and inequality to political oppression and resource scarcity. And we must never ever give up on the pursuit of a more peaceful and just world for all. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. See you next time.